Welcome to Chris Farms and Extension Services alias Chris Farm Nigeria. We are into farm setup, battery cage installations, manure scraper, manure dryer, hammer mill, sales. We sell these machines, we install them. We also do farm setup. Some farm setup we are talking about building of poultry houses, greenhouses, fish ponds, grass cutter, anything that has to do with farm setup. That is what we do. Should in case you are just popping into our YouTube channel, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're watching this video. Today we are bringing you into greenhouse setup. Under greenhouse setup, we'll be talking about carica papaya, or which is also called pawpaw. We call it pawpaw here in Nigeria, but they call it carica papaya or pawpaw depending on the location you are. We want to do dwarf pawpaw for greenhouse. This is a greenhouse we set up. We are setting it up. We are still building it, but we have finished the normal work. It just remember one or two things to do here, like putting the UTV shading net for our greenhouse. You can see our sprinkler. These are sprinkler. When water comes in, it is as we fixing the plumbing work on the greenhouse. We've done the sheet, we've done the framework, we've done the pathway. Look at our pathway. This thing they just did it today. We are still working on we are still cementing the wall. We've done the floor system. All we need to do for the floor now is to incorporate manure into it. Now, talking about manure for your greenhouse, make sure if you want to get your manure, don't get the manure that they use in poultry house where they use sawdust or any kind of those kind of one. They contain a lot of pathogens, bacteria, diseases. When you bring them into your greenhouse, like this greenhouse we are designing is for snail. This greenhouse is greenhouse for snail. So when you are getting that such manure has infestations like worm, diseases from poultry, has different kinds of manure, different kind of diseases that will be found in there. If you carry those ones from poultry like that and put in your greenhouse, you are going to transport diseases and in different kind of things and put in your farm. And you know that these snails that will grow in the greenhouse they are these snails when they eat or come in contact with those bacteria or infections, they'll be infected with those diseases. So should in case you want to get such manure, you get the manure from a manure drying machine. If you watch through our YouTube channel, you are going to see how our manure dryer dries the manure. That manure that comes out from the manure dryer, that is the one you are going to use to put in this soil. Is what you are going to use to prepare the soil. That one is free of every kind of pathogens, bacteria, worm, all kinds of infestation that is inside the manure. As the manure sucker sucks the manure and takes into the manure dryer, it dries the manure. As a process of producing the manure, you will see that all those bacteria, worm, everything will be crushed and destroyed because it has a heat substance. It filtrates the water out of it, reduce the level of ammonia gas. Actually, poultry dung contains ammonium, which is NH4. But by the time it passes through that extruding machine, it's going to produce lesser of ammonia gas. That shocking smell will be reduced. If you touch it, it is not that hot. You can use it straight up for your production. It is that kind of manure you will put in your greenhouse. Then you incorporate it with the soil before you plant anything you want to plant. That one is another niche. If you watch our YouTube channel, you see how the manure dryer is producing the manure. That kind of manure, that is what you are going to use. Because if you take that manure and start burning it, you are going to burn off the nitrogen. Nitrogen is a very important compound for your crop growth. That is why we have NPK, which means nitrogen, K potassium, MP, okay, P phosphorus, K is potassium, N is nitrogen, MP, the P there is phosphorus and K is potassium. Then you see that nitrogen is a good compound for your crop growth. by the time you get the manure that contain this that contain this ammonia gas, which is soft, which is choky, when it passes through that extruder, that manure dryer, the level of hydrogen is going to drop to release more of the nitrogen, which is needed for the plant's growth. That kind of manure, that is what you will need to use for the greenhouse. You can see the greenhouse. We have about 3 greenhouse here. This is one, this is two. But today we are not talking about the greenhouse, but because if you are watching through our YouTube channel, you would have seen the process we did in building this greenhouse. We have finished product for greenhouse. We have we have the ones that we are still building. But today we are not talking about that. We are talking about dwarfing your carica papaya or your pawpaw to short pawpaw, so that when they grow here, they will be producing fruit and they will be as high as this way. It cannot get to this roof because this is a greenhouse. So whatever we are going to be planting here will be dwarf pawpaw, dwarf bananas, dwarf. Everything they do here is dwarf. Then the other crops we are going to be planting here will be cover croppings. We're doing cover croppings all over this place before we bring in the snail. Then this must be grown very well before we bring in the snail. So we are, for us to move forward in the building, we are still building the place, but we are almost done. The next thing will now be soil preparation, planting of all these cover croppings, planting of our pawpaw, our pineapple, sorry, I beg your pardon, our bananas, ugu, potato, all manner of things that we're going to be planting here. We can even plant a wedu here, sir. But what we want to do, since we are getting ready to prepare the soil, so we are deciding to do our dwarf pawpaw. And our dwarf pawpaw we are going to do today is going to take 7 weeks before it will transfer them from this nursery to our poly bag. So before now, we are going to pick up our pawpaw. We are using this one, carica papaya or pawpaw. We want to dwarf this pawpaw. But before then, we have to plant the pawpaw. You can see we've done our beds for our pawpaw. This is manure with wood shavings, loamy soil. You can see it's black. We have manure. We have poultry dung precisely. We have wood shavings. We have soil. That is what is mixed here. We've mixed them very well. We've put in water them. They are soaked. They are prepared to take this plant. Now we want to plant the carica papaya or pawpaw. Now this pawpaw, we want to do it in a way it grows, and when it grows, it becomes soft. That is called dwarfing your pawpaw. But before we dwarf the pawpaw, we want to now what? Plant it. This is your pawpaw. When you pick up your pawpaw contains both the male and the female seed. Then, if you want to know where the female seed is and the male seed is, it's very simple. You take your knife, you cut it at the center. From this side to this side, any seedlings you see here, it is the male pawpaw. Those ones, when they grow, they don't produce fruits like this. They only bear flowers. While anyone from here down here is the female pawpaw. So that is what we are going to do now. This is our pawpaw now. Then we'll cut it at the center. You can see this pawpaw has a lot of fruits. This kind of pawpaw, when you plant it here where your snail is, your snail will eat a lot of the fruit. You can see how big this pawpaw is, but it just have small opening for fruit. All these ones you see here now, they are all male pawpaw. They are all male seedlings. When you plant them, these ones will not produce what? Fruits. They will not produce this kind of fruit. What they will do is flowering. So the one that does the fruiting is this one. So we have, since we open the pawpaw, we are going to, you see this one is very fleshy. It has a lot of flesh. So we open up. You see, we've opened it up. This one has very small seed with a lot of fruit. So you bring them out. I hope you can see me. You bring them out. You can see this. Okay. I hope you are seeing me. You bring them out. This one has a very small fruits or seedlings. You can see them, but this one is small. We want to do another one so that it will be good. You can see this. This one is very big, but this is a very big one. So we want to, and it has a lot of seedling inside. So we want to still go through this and get out all the seed. This one has a lot of seed. Okay. I hope you are seeing me. We want to dwarf this pawpaw, but we will have to plant it first of all. You can see we've gotten that. So the seedlings of this pawpaw has been well done. You can see your seedlings, you can see them. So what you're going to do now, you are going to put water, this plain water on it. Now you're putting water. Any of the seedling that is floating is telling you that the seedling is not viable. Any seed that will not grow will be floating. So you have to turn it again. Let it be that we're turning it afresh. Anyone you see that is floating, you know that that seed is not what viable. That means that seed will not grow. So we are going to let it go down. We'll remove the ones that are floating. Anyone that is floating is not viable. These ones, they are not viable. Get them out. Anyone floating is not viable. Okay. Any one of them that is floating is not viable. So let's take it away. Let's flush it out. So these ones here now are viable because they are not floating. Let's see them. Let's watch it again. Okay, this one you see now, they are not floating. These ones are what viable. So we are going to plant them. We are going to plant them. So before you get your seed, you plant them this way. You plant them. I hope you are seeing me. We are planting them now. Just use the sand to cover them a little. Use the sand to cover them a little. That is how it's being done. See, we are planting them now. See, this is how we plant our pawpaw. Last one. So you see, now we've planted all our pawpaw. We've planted them. So let me wash my hands. So this pawpaw, we've planted them. We are going to be watering them every day for 7 weeks. As they are growing up, by that 7 week, they would have grown to a certain height. When they get to that height, we're now going to dwarf the pawpaw and put them in poly bags. Poly bags are small cellophane bag, or is it cellophane we call it? Cellophane bag or paper bag, I don't know what you call it, but it's poly bag for the nursery. We are going to get the nursery, we'll line them up. We now what bring them out, then dwarf the pawpaw before we plant them on those places. So that is what we are going to do. But this thing now, we're going to be watering it for 7 days. After 7 days, after 7 weeks, I beg your pardon, it is going to stay 7 weeks. When it gets to 7 weeks, we'll transfer them, we'll bring them out from the nursery, we'll cut them to dwarf them, then we'll put them. This is the part one of this pawpaw planting. At that 7 weeks, we are going to be cutting them to dwarf them, so that when they grow, they cannot grow beyond this your chest region or at most here, because this is a greenhouse. This is snail greenhouse. We want to put them. So that is how we are going to do them. So should in case you want to learn about farm setup, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us so that you can know when this thing is ready, so that we can cut the pawpaw, so that we can dwarf it, so that you can know how to dwarf pawpaw. Dwarfing pawpaw is very, very easy. We just did the planting. After 7 weeks, we are going to get the pawpaw, we are going to dwarf it. So please, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll build greenhouses, we'll build poultry houses, we do any kind of farm setup. This one you see here now is a greenhouse for snail. Although we are working on it, we are getting to the finishing touch of it. That is why we want to start preparing our fruits that we are going to plant on this place. That is the main reason why we are doing this. We are doing this dwarfing pawpaw to plant it on the greenhouse for snail. This is a snail greenhouse. So we do greenhouse for snail. Anything that has to be with farm setup, poultry farm, greenhouse setup for your snail, or any kind of thing, that is what we do. So because of we have gotten to this level in the greenhouse. So the next level now is to prepare our seedling. We've gotten some seedlings we are going to plant here, but this one takes a little time. That is why we are taking out the time to start planting the pawpaw, so that we can dwarf it to get to what the height we want. So follow us our YouTube channel, so you see how we dwarf the pawpaw finally before we plant them on the greenhouse. So should in case you want to set up your snail farming, please, you have to call us so that we can build a greenhouse for you. If it is concrete pond you want, we do concrete for you. If it is greenhouse you want, we do greenhouse for you. If it is poultry house, we do for you. We do the A to Z of your farm set. Anything that has to do with farm setup, you just call on us so that we can do it. Our number is 080 36 92 57 18. If you are not in Nigeria, remember to put our country code +23480 36 92 57 18. Let me come over to the number again. Our number is 080 36 92 57 18. If you are not in Nigeria, you put our country code +23480 36 92 57 18. We are in all the main social network. We are in Facebook, we are in YouTube, we are in Instagram, we are in LinkedIn, we are in different platforms. All you need to do is to type in Chris Farm Nigeria. It will bring you to our Facebook page, it will bring you to our YouTube page, it will bring you to our Instagram page, Twitter page. If you decide to visit our website is www.chrisfarmnigeria.com. www.chrisfarmnigeria.com. We cover the whole country, Nigeria. In fact, any state at all you want us to come and install, or any state at all you want us to come and build a greenhouse for you for your snail, or any place you want us to set up your farm, poultry farm, fish farm, any kind of farm setup you want, that we specialize on farm setup. That is what we do, and we do the A to Z of that. So anything that you want to do about farm, anything you need to do about farm, you want to set up a farm, you want to start up a farm, why not? You call us on our number 080 36 92 57 18. If you are not in Nigeria, you put our country code +23480 36 92 57 18. Always know that your satisfaction is our optimum desire. It will be our delight to hear you calling us. Be our first caller today. Thank you, and remain ever blessed.